people like that. They just, highly successful in something. Highly successful in something to distraction. And by the way, why do Jews rise up so much? There's a spiritual answer, which is not for this class. But you could say that that drive that Jews have comes from, I better have that drive, because if I succeed, let's say I'm going for $1 million, I make the $1 million, well, guess what voice comes back in? There must be something more. Well, that starts getting a little distracting after a while. So, disturbing after a while. I better go make another $1 million. And if you're good at distracting yourself, you'll distract yourself more. But most Jews can't distract themselves on that level. Most Jews, either the voice is stronger or they're not so good at that particular thing that it distracts them totally. Like an Olympic gymnast is completely distracted from anything because they're being an Olympic gymnast. Well, there are Jews who have done like that level of determination in something, and they become highly successful at it. But it's all really built out of this distraction. And the last, obviously, is the devout. People are devoted. Maybe devoted is more Jewish to say than devout. Devout? Let's call it devoted. It's the word devoted. Devout means, or devoted means dedicated. They're dedicated to Hashem, to God. Meaning that whole, there must be something more. What is the something more? You got the physical world. This you can check out any science book, National Geographic. You can watch the Discovery Channel till you're, blue in the face. You will get more of this world. No matter how much science you study, you get more of this world. No matter how much philosophy, no matter how much English literature, no matter how much art, no matter how much music, it will always be of this world. No matter how much astronomy. I don't care if you're tired of this world, now you're going for other galaxies to understand. It's still this world. You can, no matter where you go to check out something, it will be of this world. So obviously, the genetic disposition to there must be something more that's built into the Semitic tribes, specifically with Abraham and his line. It is, and by the way, the reason we have it so much stronger than Yishmael, the Arab people, why is it so much stronger than us than an Arab or someone? Because they're also from Abraham. Why is it so much stronger than Esav, who's also from that line, who's kind of his family tree goes also towards Europe? How come it's so much stronger than us? The answer is Sinai. Sinai freaked us out. Sinai created a collective subconscious reality of that something more because God rendezvoused. Whatever that something more is actually rendezvoused with us. It's only happened once in history. That God actually broke his own rules of nature and just reached through the whole system and flipped out a whole nation. Told one nation a tremendous secret. How do you tell 3 million people a secret, by the way? Without anyone else hearing. Sinai Desert. Anyone been to the Sinai? Yeah, if you've been to the Sinai, you know what I'm talking about. You could tell 3 million people something in the Sinai, and no one else know about it. It's an amazing desert. Really a vast, expansive wilderness. And it's amazing because this was like the seat of population in the world. So how do you tell 3 million people something? How do you have a rendezvous with great wonders? Totally supernatural, ripping through the fabric of nature in the middle of the most populated area of the globe? The answer is the Sinai Desert. So that's why we're so freaked out about this. Meaning other Semitic people also are interested in meaning. You see how simply they live. Indian people are also Semitic. People who live in India, they live so simply. Most Arabs live so simply. They're not interested in that same, they don't lust after the physical like Westerners. It's just that we Jews in this room, if you understand my English, have been brainwashed by thousands of years of living amongst Esav. That's why Sephardim, who grew up in Semitic countries, they feel much closer to God than Ashkenazim. They don't understand this. You got to understand, the average cab driver, who you think secular, feels closer to God than I do, the rabbi, who's Ashkenazi. Meaning he, in his nature, has never had his soul ripped out of him like a Westerner has. And he feels, even though he may not be observant, feels God is as true as is oxygen or gravity. Whereas the Ashkenazi will have to give you arguments for it. He will have to somehow explain how he got to God. Sephardi doesn't have to give you arguments how he got to God, because he hasn't had his connection ripped out. The Ashkenazi has had his connection majorly played with by growing up and living amongst Westerners, amongst Western people. This should obviously be one of the things you should be getting from this, is Jews are not Westerners. You understand? We've been hosted by Westerners. They've done a real number on us, but we are not Westerners. Okay, we're not Easterners either. We're Jews, and there you have it. Everyone have a beautiful day. I bless you to be devoted, not depressed. You can stop distracting yourselves. You'll be much happier. Just going for the search and really going without stopping, without ending in anything except for God. I mean, that's the end. In the end, it's God that is discovered. But you can't take my word for it. You got to do your own search. You got to see if it's real and see if it's true that God is on the other side of the matrix. Thank you very much.